pregnant with twins. That news sent the couple you're about to meet soaring with joy. But at their 18th week checkup, an ultrasound exam revealed a serious problem. One of their babies had a severe congenital heart defect, and there was little chance she could survive without surgery. Her story of courage starts at Mayo Clinic.
Little Ava Weidel and her twin brother Aiden were still in their mother's womb when Ava was diagnosed.
The doctor came in and he said, there's a problem with your daughter's heart. And, you hear those words and you just think, well, what do you mean?
Ava's parents, Christina and Brad, learned that without open-heart surgery immediately after birth, Ava's chances of making it were slim.
Ava has one of the particular kinds of congenital heart disease called hypoplastic left heart syndrome, where the left side of the heart does not develop as it should.
Dr. Benjamin Idem is a Mayo Clinic pediatric cardiologist who, along with surgeon Harold Burkhart, led the team that cared for Ava.
Her right pumping chamber that has to supply blood to her lungs and to the rest of her body has to do the work of 2 pumping chambers.
A medical team made up of experts from many specialties developed a detailed plan for Ava's arrival. It began with a scheduled C-section.
So at 8:20, she was born, and they basically pulled her out, and they held her up, so I got to see her for a couple seconds, and then they had to whisk her away.
There's my little girl, and, you don't know what's going to happen from there on out.
Babies like Ava need 3 different surgeries. During this first operation, Dr. Burkhart and his team reconstructed the aortic arch so blood can flow to her brain and out to her body. He also placed a shunt to allow blood to flow to her lungs. The second surgery will happen when Ava is from 4 to 6 months old. Dr. Burkhart will create a conduit to allow blood flow from the top of her body to the lungs. Then when Ava's about 2, the third surgery will help the blue blood from her body flow to her lungs for oxygenation. The first surgery is the most difficult, and Christina says it was tough to see their baby connected to a mass of tubes afterwards.
Emotionally, I was so hard, I just couldn't hardly breathe.
But this little girl survived.
Ava means life. That's how we decided to name her Ava.
For her first few months, Ava stayed in the neonatal ICU, where she got to know the team that cared for her. But her parents say what their daughter grew to love most was to once again be close to Aiden, her twin brother. For Mayo Clinic News Network, I'm Vivian Williams.
Those cheeks.
Ava's doctors say the type of congenital heart defect she had is pretty rare. Some babies who have it get heart transplant. When Ava's older, she may need other surgeries, but her doctors expect that the little girl will live a full and wonderful life.
And now a recap of the headlines. Police offer a $100,000 reward for information on Francis' murder that police say was a cold and calculated killing. Lorna Smith says the BVI has fared well following attacks on the territory's financial services, and government presents its action plan. Farmer sees the preservation of agricultural practices and youth involvement as health and national issues. The Complaints Commission investigation on the granting of certificates of residence, subtitled Game of Chance, reveal astounding findings. Cultural leaders speak of a unique Virgin Islands Emancipation Festival. JTV Youth Media reports on a basketball camp where youth get advice from an NBA player and coach. Celebration for BVI girls' silver medal relay team upon their return to the BVI. And Summer Sizzle Global Glamour Runway Show features eye-catching collections. In news from the Caribbean, a study shows that lionfish in the Caribbean waters are here to stay. And for years, Trinidad Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar stood by Jack Warner until latest claims of improper financial solicitation while he was in office. Before we go, a reminder to visit JTV's Facebook page and JTV's website, jtvlive.net, for more news, JTV's television programs, and latest events. You can also watch this entire newscast anytime on jtvlive.net. We welcome your questions and comments. Please email us at jtvnews@hotmail.com. I'm Ino Soman. Thank you for watching.
Wardrobe provided by Umi Fashions.